A documentary on formalism by Misbah and Iman. Formalism is a school of literary criticism and literary theory emerged in the early 20th century as a reaction against Marxist literary theory, which believes in the roles of society in the text and the text in society. Our documentary includes writers of modern age who discussed formalism in different ways. The first one is Viktor Shklovsky. Viktor Shklovsky was born on 24 January 1893 in Petersburg. Viktor Shklovsky was a Russian literary theorist. He was a major voice of Russian formalism. His chief contribution is the concept of ostronymy. He also coined the term defamiliarization in the essay Art as Device, 1925. His notable works include Zoo or Letters, Not About Love, 1923, Literature and Cinematography, 1923, Third Factory, 1926. Viktor Shklovsky wrote an essay, Art as a Technique. It was the seminal work in Russian formalism. The essay talks about function of art and poetic language in literature. It was divided into two parts. The first part was the concept of defamiliarization, and the second part elaborates poetic language. Roman Jacobson was born in Moscow 1896 and died in Boston 1982. Foundational to Moscow Linguistic Circle and Prague Linguistic Circle lasted from 1926 to 1939. In US, he worked with Bose Bloomfield with Morris Hale. His work covered nearly all aspects of linguistics, especially phonology and poetics, semiotics, discourse analysis, structural approach to folklore, aphasia, language acquisition, and linguistic universals. Roman Jacobson wrote a book on language. He also stated 6 functions of language: referential function, expressive function, conative function, poetic function, poetic function, metalingual function. He also wrote a book on fundamentals of language. One of his famous quotes is, "A linguistic deaf to the poetic functions of language and a literary scholar indifferent to linguistics are equally flagrant anachronisms." Jacques Derrida was born on July 15, 1930 in Albiar, Algeria, and died on 9 October 2004 in Paris, France. Jacques Derrida was a French philosopher. His work is mostly associated with post-structuralism and postmodernism. His work has impact on anthropology, sociology, semiotics, literary studies, etc. Jacques Derrida is best known for developing a form of semiotic analysis known as deconstruction, which he discussed in numerous texts. Deconstruction was first emerged on the American literary stage in 1966. It consisted of structure, sign, and play. Jacques Derrida, as a response to structuralism and formalism, he asserts that the meaning of all texts is undecidable.